Testing 1, 2, 3. Three. Three. Trying to get this set up here. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Let's see. Do. 307 life. I want a damn title on it. Sometimes I wish Facebook would leave shit alone, you know? Always gotta be monkeying. All right, let me see. I'm just looking at some of my settings over here in the dashboard. Be right back. Hey, brother, man. Salty. Man, I'm just talking to somebody on the side there. No sound. Should have sound now. Hello, 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 hello. Now? Hello. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I had the mic muted. Cool beans. Where you at, brother? What part of the country are you gallivanting in today? I got a message here. I'll be right back. All right, you're down in Florida, huh? Right on. Well, nice and warm down there. We're at 6 degrees here this morning. Up here in...
Yeah, I do too. That's the one Gina was talking.
Hang on. Sorry about that. We're at 6 degrees up here in Wyoming this morning. About 90% humidity out there. Right at about 30.0 on the barometer. And now I just wanted to give a quick update. I had a couple folks send me some emails wanting to know, status and what's going on. And 83, damn, it's nice. I got a sister who lives down there in Florida, down around Orlando. I'm doing this through that Rodecaster Pro. That's what this mic is hooked up to. That Rodecaster Pro you gave me. And I just use earbuds. I don't use the big headphones. But what I got on my hands, these are copper fit gloves. Sounds good. All right, good deal. I got these on my hands and I got them on my knees. I don't know if you know what's going on. I was diagnosed back in, I think it was November, with autoimmune disease called rheumatoid arthritis. Do these help? Yes. Yes, they do. And the ones on my knees. I'm on week 9 of a medication called hydroxychloroquine. And it's anti-inflammatory. And, originally it said, it takes 4 to 6 weeks for that to kick in. Well, 4 to 6 weeks came by, and then they said, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for that to kick in. And 6 to 8 weeks come by, and it takes 8 to 12 weeks for that to kick in. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the prayers, no doubt. I hope you're doing well. I see you had a little issue there at the BP, so hopefully you get that under control, I'm on week 9 of this medication. I've got to go to the local hospital tomorrow. They're be doing a scan of my thyroid. Something showed up in my blood there. I've had more blood work. 9 tubes they took out of me last time. But I think my trucking days are over with, man. Back in December, I hung it up. I can't even get in a truck. You put yourself up, it ain't happening. Running controls for the roll off and all that stuff. I just can't do it anymore. So doctor told me, I asked my rheumatologist, and when am I going to get back to normal here? I want to get going. 64 years old. I got life in me yet, I was hoping to go another 10 years, and she said, you might ought to look into disability. So that's where I'm at. The pain and with this crap is horrible. Usually about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm up, boom. I usually go to bed about 9. So about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, the pain just wakes me up. And it's all the way from my toes to my fingertips, all my joints. And usually in the morning, Mama has to help me get up out of the bed. I can turn and get to sit up on the edge of the bed, but then I can't get myself up, stand up a lot of times. And first thing in the mornings, and mornings are the worst, But and then the hands, but these do help. I wear the ones on my knees just about all day long. But as I was saying, I get sidetracked. Sounds like a nightmare. It is, brother. It really is, and I got almost 50 years of trucking under my belt, And, of course, the people I work with, the company here locally, have been fantastic with me and working with me on it in hopes of maybe one day, but I don't see it happening, If I can't do my job, I can't do my job, and I'm not. They were sending people with me to ride with me, help me out, and I said I appreciate that. You wouldn't believe, but that's not me doing my job. It's two guys doing the job, or one guy should be doing it. So, cranking those lids on the roll-offs, open up it got to where I couldn't do that. I literally cannot grab the grab handle of a truck and pull myself into it. The last time I was in the truck, maybe be a trainer, work at a school. Oh, no, I couldn't do that, man. No, I couldn't do that, no. No, I only speak English. No offense, but no. I wear boots, not sandals, man. And oh, God, I'm going to hell in a handbasket, right? But how you doing, Salty? It's good to hear from you. I was going to call you yesterday, and then I got sidetracked. But, yeah, I got to go up to the hospital tomorrow to get an ultrasound done. And then I'm going to, my gastroenterologist ordered some blood work for me to be done to check my liver enzymes. And so I'm having that blood work done tomorrow. I'm waiting to hear back from the, what do they call that, blood doctor, hematologist for an appointment. Because some of my numbers are wacky, elevated. And they shouldn't be because the medication that they got me on. Yeah, there's Chris. The medication that they got me on. Let me reply to this guy quick. I'm live on YouTube. Maybe he'll come in. One of my subscribers was asking some things, so I told him I'd do a video. And when I can get around to it, it's just everything's such a bear, man. It's so hard. Like this cup here. Man, I used to be able to pick that up one-handed. I can't do it. I just don't have the strength in my fingers, Where the hell was I? Oh, my numbers are some of them are high and some of them are low. And the medication they got me on is an anti-inflammatory, hydroxychloroquine and prednisone. And I was taking 20 milligrams of prednisone. And I saw my rheumatologist 2 weeks ago, and she said start weaning off of that. So I went from 20 to 15. Wrong thing to do. You should decrease off of that in like increments of 2.5. So that was a rough, man, I think 7 or 9 days into that. Ooh. But I stuck with it. And then about a week ago, hey, Chris, there he is. Thought I'd come on here, brother, and give an update. I know you had sent me an email. Salty Pirate is in the room, Chris. I don't know if you follow him. He's a trucker. Good brother, man. don't get no better than him right there. He's down in Florida. So, Salty, there's Chris. Chris is one of my subscribers. I think he's about like me, disabled, you know. And, so the prednisone now, I'm down to 12 and a half. And in another week, I'll go down to 10. Trying to get me off the prednisone. The prednisone is what is keeping the inflammation down. And once I get off of it, if I can get off of it, I have no idea what that's going to be like. But anyhow, we're going to go to 12 weeks on this medication. So I got 3 more weeks to go, and I got a meeting with the rheumatologist, and she was talking about a shot. And I've done some research on it called Enbrel. And it's a shot that you give yourself. And it's been around for 20, 25 years. And it's helped a lot of people. So that's probably going to be the next step. I'm going to get the scan tomorrow on my thyroid because something was wackadoodle in the blood work there. And they just want to make sure, because come to find out, you know, I never had a health problem until after open heart surgery. And I was 59 years old. All the way up to 59 years old, I was barely sick, barely had any issues. And boom, you know, I ended up with pains in my left arm. And for about a year, I kept going to the emergency room about this pain in my left arm. And they would run these scans on me, you know, that EKG shit and everything. And everything was good. You're good. Nothing, until one day, finally, got a problem here. And they sent those off to Billings, Montana. And next thing I know, I'm in an ambulance. Headed up to Billings, and long story short, triple bypass, open heart surgery. And I never really had any health issues until I had open heart surgery. Then before you know it, you know, I've got autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune hepatitis was the first thing they told me I had. And I ended up with cirrhosis of the liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, from being overweight, which I don't get because I'll sit out in front of the Maverick and watch. Well, I don't need to tell you what I see coming out of the Maverick with their big gulps and everything else. And I'm thinking, seriously? Anyhow. And then this, you know, I woke up one morning and had a pain in the back of my neck. Well, kind of like when you pull a muscle. And I was telling Mom, I said, damn, I must have pulled a muscle. I tarped a can down in the town south of us here the day before that. And I thought I pulled a muscle, and I never been to a chiropractor in my life, you know. So I decided to go to that chiropractor, and he adjusted me and said, come back Monday. That was a Friday. So Monday, you know, and it didn't help. Whatever he did, you know, he was tweaking this and tweaking that. And I about come out of that damn bed I was lying on. I mean, it really hurt, you know. And so over the weekend, it really didn't help. Went there Monday and, well, anything? No, nothing. I'll give you one more. And he gave me one more tweaking and the same thing. And it would never go away. And then all of a sudden, a couple days later, my toes started hurting. Toes and ankles. Toes and ankles and hands. I've done, what in the hell? And I ended up in an emergency room. I think it was about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. My hands hurt so bad. I'd never seen anything like it. And I couldn't make a fist, you know? And so I ended up in the emergency room. And they took some x-rays. And the guy looks at him and inflammation, says, I believe you got rheumatoid arthritis. You know, that was the first time I've ever heard of this shit. Rheumatoid. Okay, arthritis, right? Wrong. You know, osteoarthritis and all these other kinds of arthritis are what they are, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But rheumatoid arthritis is a different animal. It's an autoimmune disease, they call it. Come to find out, there's a lot of genetic shit that goes on. I didn't have much of a relationship with my mother, And so I didn't know what, she was going through in her life. But by talking to my sisters, my mother had rheumatoid arthritis. My one sister has an autoimmune disease. My other sister has cirrhosis of the liver. And it's like, oh, shit, I'm screwed, man. So a lot of this is genetic. So I'm going back to smoking dope, smoking cigarettes, eating cheeseburgers, drinking Coca-Cola, sucking down whiskey and beers, and going out in a blaze of glory. At least I'll be happy. I'm not really going to do all that shit, but sometimes I wonder, because it's like ever since I lost 100 pounds after open heart surgery. I quit smoking. I quit smoking after 40-some years, I quit smoking. I lost 100 pounds, went on a low carb, kind of a Mediterranean diet thing, walking every friggin' day, everything I was told I would never be able to do by the doctors, I did. Doctor told me, oh, you'll never quit smoking. You kids smoke and blah, blah, blah. I did. I quit all that shit. And been suffering ever since, Yeah, I hear you, man. Let's party. Exactly. And pray. Let's have a pray party. But it's been rough. So Chris, I don't know if he's still in here or not. He wanted to know, he asked me some questions and I want to address them. He's from Little Rock, Arkansas. I was actually married in Heber Springs, Arkansas, Chris. Just north of you there. I had a good friend of mine that lived up in Heber, and I got married up there. Haven't heard from you on YouTube in a while. I'm a subscriber to your 307 channel. I know you haven't been feeling well for quite some time now. He himself is having problems. We chatted on a live YouTube last year. Are you beginning to feel better? No. I have my days. But I think in 2 weeks, I've had one good day. Every day is just this pain. And I'm just trying to ride it out and be patient with it. Hopefully, it's been like, it'll diminish around 10 o'clock in the morning. It won't totally go away. And they gave me pain meds. And, I'm not a big, I'll take the pain as long as I can before I'll start pain meds. That's where my father was from. Heber Springs, I'll be dadgum. Ain't that something? Yep, we were married up there. 1999, Paul and I. I'm reading your message to me here. Are you beginning to feel, is your rheumatoid arthritis still bothering you? Yes. How are you making it through a brutal Wyoming winter? The Wyoming winter this year, so far, and I'm probably going to jinx this, has been mild. It was 6 degrees this morning. We've had, I think, 1 week of 30, 35 below zero so far. And that's it. I've got the same snow on the ground here for about 3-4 months. It barely gets above 32 degrees. But the sun is shining and it's just gorgeous outside. My kids got me a thing from my phone. I think I showed you guys in one of my last videos. I forget what the hell you call it. It's like a gimbal. And I want to walk downtown through the town on Main Street. It's a mile through there with my gimbal and show you guys the town, since I ain't doing no trucking stuff no more. I'm going to be selling my motorcycle if you know anybody who wants to buy a great bike. 2000 Yamaha Royal Star Venture. It's only got 55,000 miles on it. And it's a V4. It's a heavy bike. It's a full dresser. V4 carbureted. No fuel injection. This is the old school, dry shaft driven, liquid cooled. It's a great bike, and but it weighs about 900 pounds, and I think my days of riding that are done. I got a box of extra parts that comes with it, so I'm gonna be selling my bike come this spring. But anyhow, see how I go off base here. How many of these winters have you lived through? I've been here to almost 25 years. Yeah, I've been in Wyoming almost 25 years. Did you ever climb Little Sugar Loaf Mountain a few miles east of Heber? Yes. I've been all over that neck of the woods and even up through Fayetteville and over through Blytheville, Arkansas. I used to run the back roads up to Misery, as we called it on the road, up to Mark Twain National Forest. I've been on quite a bit of the roads back in Arkansas. Little Sugar Loaf Mountain. That name don't ring a bell, but I don't know. I've been on the road so dead burn long and so many roads. How does a Wyoming winter compare to the one in Ohio, which I thought you said you were? I'm originally from Pennsylvania, Chris, northeastern Pennsylvania, about 40 miles south of Binghamton, New York state line. I'm about 120 miles west of New York City. How does the winters compare here to the winters there? The snow here is very dry most of the time. There's not a lot of moisture in the snow. But I have never lived in temperatures as cold. It's been colder here at times than it is in Alaska. We had that 35 below for about a week. Mud on. It's pretty bad, you know. But yeah, so, no, that's all cool, man. Buckeye, all that east of the Mississippi stuff there, you know. I used to live in Knoxville, Tennessee. I lived in Alabama, north of Birmingham, Alabama, Gadsden, Alabama. I lived in San Jose, California, Colingen, the San Joaquin Valley of California, down by Fresno. I lived El Reno, Oklahoma. I've been everywhere. I've lived in a lot of places, and I'm so thankful that I did. You know, that's how I ended up in Wyoming. The wife and I would haul loads up. Well, I come up here before she did to Cody, Wyoming. And I fell in love with the place, and I said, man, one of these days I'm going to live up there. And then I met her, and we were on the road for like 2 years. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's the elevation has anything to do with the Wyoming cold. Yeah, it sure does. And there's a lot of people, like the bighorns there, I think are like 10,000 high. And a lot of people here can't handle the difference in the oxygen. You know, they'll be going up there and they're gasping for air. You know, they're not used to it. Flatlanders. So it takes a little time to get used to that. But I came up here years ago and thought about moving up here. And then the wife and I were on the road for 2 years. We put everything in storage. And she's from Buffalo, New York, Western New York. I was in Knoxville, Tennessee. And we did 48 states in Canada for 2 years straight. And then it was time to get off the road. I told her, I said, I can see a change coming in this industry. Need to get off the OTR stuff. We'll do something local. And I said, but before, you know, I said, there's a couple stipulations. I don't care to live east of the Mississippi River. And I don't care to live on the coast, west, California, Oregon, Washington State. Nah, I didn't want to live there. So our chances were slim. And we used to take a lot of time off in the town of Lordsburg, New Mexico. I mean, there's nothing there. You know, there wasn't. This was almost 30 years ago, you know, 25 years ago. Hey, brother, good to see you, man. We'll be talking, Salty. You take care of yourself. Love you too. Thanks for stopping by. For real. And so I said before we decide where we want to move to, we are going to take some time off at a place I want to take you to. And I took her up here to Cody, Wyoming. We took a week off here and rambled around, rented a car, and I said, this is where I would like to live. And she fell in love with it, and I did too. And next thing you know, we're moving here. And been here, like I said, almost 25 years. So I like it up here. Let's see. I hope we can talk more often. If your health will allow to, I look forward to the day when you feel well enough to create more YouTube videos. We'll show you subscribe. Why Wyoming is such a wonderful place. I miss you and thank you for the work you've done so far. Get well soon. Well, Wyoming, I'll be honest with you, Wyoming is not for everybody. And if all you've ever seen in Wyoming is across Interstate 80, you have not even seen Wyoming. I mean, there's some beautiful things down there to see, but until you really get into the state of Wyoming, especially up here in the northwestern part, I mean, I'm 70 miles from Yellowstone National Park, 100 miles south of Billings, Montana, about 5 hours from the Grand Tetons. The Bighorn Mountains are right out through the window that way to the east. Pryor Mountains to the north. Devil's Overlook or Devil's Canyon. There's just so much here, but no, Wyoming is not for everybody. Chris, you want to move to Lander? Okay, yeah, I got a good friend down in Lander and Riverton area. So that's about 3 hours away from me here. But thanks to Google Earth, I have studied Wyoming a lot. Forget Yellowstone and the Tetons. Wyoming is awesome. Yeah, it is. It really is awesome. Go down to Thermopolis, Wyoming, down to the Hot Springs Park. I don't know. We rode the motorcycle around the whole state so many times, and there was just nothing like it. But like I said, Wyoming is not for everybody. If you one of those people that, you got to have the shopping centers and the conveniences of the big city, that's not here. The nearest Walmart for us is, almost an hour away, which is fine. I'd rather drive 45 minutes and look at the beautiful scenery and no traffic and no red lights all the way there than bumper to bumper traffic. And I've lived in the big cities. My wife has as well, and outside of Birmingham, Alabama, Knoxville, Tennessee, Oklahoma City, up around north of Philly, and been to all the big cities and done all that. And I don't care about all that, But, you got to be a loner. I think a loner. And one thing, I've got some fantastic friends here in Wyoming that are born and raised here, and they've never been to the big cities like I have. And I often tell them, man, once in your life, take that trip to Manhattan, take that trip to Detroit and Chicago and LA, and it won't be long. You'll be back. You'll be back because, I don't know. That just ain't for me. I don't care for that type of living. And I like the serenity up here and the peacefulness and people leave you alone. And I love the fact that a man's word still means something and a handshake means something. And people look you eye to eye when they talk to you. And of course, things are changing here as well, But I think I lived here during one of the greatest times of it, continue to live here before it's going to get, I don't know if it'll ever get bad. I hope not, But one of the first things I've learned here is, and when you run into a lot of the old timers, we don't care how you did it back home, If you left wherever you left to come here to start a new life, don't bring all that shit with you. Because if you're going to bring all that shit with you, then there's no sense in leaving. You might as well stay there and continue to live in that, Because this area of Wyoming, I don't think is going to change. And that's fantastic. It is the Old West, And everything, open carry here. And, it's nothing to walk into any store and see somebody packing right on the hip. I do, And my wife never shot a gun till she met me. Her sisters, she's got 3 sisters back in Buffalo, have never shot a gun. And they can never understand why we own guns. And Yeah. So whatever, but it's all good. So the next plan, getting back to, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of too. Hopefully it don't. I'm worried, down around Cheyenne across that 80 corridor, it's right on the border. But we'll see how it goes, But yeah, the next plan for me is just get some scans done, some more blood work done, meet with a blood doctor, hematologist, to find out what's going on there. And I'm waiting for disability to kick in. It seems like it's going to take 3 to 6 months. Whatever, I got to do what I got to do. So my trucking days are done, at least for now. But I'll find other things to do, And I do that podcast on Mixcloud, and usually on Friday nights I play music, this, that, and the other. So heal up. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And you take care of yourself, Chris. How you doing, man? You doing all right out there in Little Rock? When I worked for Morrilton, I worked for Warner. We had a drop yard in Morrilton, Arkansas. Are you close to Morrilton? Oh, get a drink here. That was many years ago. We used to haul steel out of Blytheville, Arkansas. Oh, man, I can't think of the name of that company. Down here off of 35, John Steel Company. I've done so much stuff. Texarkana way. All the areas, But that's about it. That's all I got to give, on the update. You guys want to email me? You can email me. truckingintwyoming@gmail.com. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to keep everything going like it's going as far as 307 Life. Probably will, And I am on Facebook, 50 miles away from Morrilton. Okay, cool. East probably, right? Towards Little Rock. But I'll tell you, that Interstate 40 across Arkansas back in the day was noted as being the worst road in the country. When you come out of Memphis, cross the Mississippi River, get into West Memphis, and it was the dump, all the way to the Oklahoma line. But I used to love running. I can't remember the road over around Fayetteville and run up through the woods to St. Joe, Missouri. That was a beautiful ride up through there. Fort Smith, out of Fort Smith up to Fayetteville. And then I used to haul boats over to Oklahoma. Sea Ray boats. Little Rock is southeast of Morrilton. Yes, sir. Cool. Yep, the good old days. I can sit here and flash back on all the road trips, everywhere I've been, man. I was born in Fort Smith. Oh, cool. Right on. You need to start you a YouTube channel, man. Hell, you can do it right from your phone. Just get on there and yammer, How long have I been on here? 44 minutes. Damn, 45 minutes I've been over here yakking at myself and Chris. Salty Pirate had to leave. But, yeah, so that's what I'm waiting to find out. What's going to happen here with me. And hopefully beat this thing. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of research on it. And, sometimes some of this medication makes people go into remission, which is a good thing, kind of quits. I'm looking for something to, help me out that way to where I ain't this pain all the time. So, all right. Yeah. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. I got 307 Life on there. I don't have a cell phone due to my being legally blind. Oh, man. I didn't know that. That sucks. That really sucks, brother. Well, I can understand that then. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and you always think you got it bad until you run across somebody else that got something worse, and deafness, blindness, limbs, and not there, and yeah. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Call it a day. There's an update, and hopefully down the road somewhere I'll be able to do another one. So, thanks for stopping by. Like I said, I'm on Facebook there, and my email address, truckinginwyoming@gmail.com, if you want to get a hold of me. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys coming by. Thanks for the emails. Good to hear from you. And yeah, I think that's about going to do her. At 9 a.m. here. So, appreciate you. Thank you. You guys have a good one. We'll be back one of these days, yakking it up. Gets nice outside and the weather's decent enough, and I can hold that thing them kids got me. That gimbal type thing from my phone. I'll go down there and walk through town and make a video so you can see. I watch a guy on YouTube that's up in New York City, and he does videos just walking. He don't say a word. He just walks through town. Of course, New York City is bumper to bumper craziness, and I thought, man, I'd like to do that here and just go out there at the sign where it says, Level Wyoming, population, elevation, and just walk through town, mile down and mile back, and I just got to be able to make sure I can do it. I'll get us a video coming up in the future. All right, I'm out of here. Good talking to you too. Take care. Till next time.